Nikki from Oceanside, California, just down the freeway from here. What would you consider your big break in your career? Interesting. I'll give you a quick 2 big breaks. First one happened 3 days before graduation. I'm at Vanderbilt University, had no business there. Somehow won a full scholarship for sports writing, or my mom could have never sent me there, but I managed to make it through. I did okay. My junior summer before senior year, I interned back in Oklahoma City at the paper I grew up living for, dying for, reading wall to wall every day, back to front, the Daily Oklahoman. I interned and they let me do everything. I'm sort of picking and choosing my assignments. It was the greatest summer of my life. I'm living with my mom at home. I'm playing golf every morning because I don't have to work until the afternoon or evening. And I'm up late, but I don't need sleep. I'm 21. I'm fine. Sleep when I'm dead. Let's get up early and play golf. And of course, they offered me a job and said, please come back, but we can't pay you very much money. This is all we can pay you. It's $150 a week. I didn't care. I thought, I'm rich. I'll just live with my mom. I don't care. I'll play golf. I'll do whatever I want for the Daily Oklahoman. Phone rings 3 days before. I'm in the dorm room, happen to answer. This is pre-cell phone. Lucky I answered the phone. It's the columnist I grew up reading at the Daily Oklahoman who says, you can't come here. I'm just telling you right now, I refuse to let you come back here. What? It'll be death for you. You'll get stuck here. It's shameful how little we're paying you. You can do better than this. I don't have a job. I'm 3 days away from graduation. I'll get you a job. Trust me on this. And he got me a job the next day. I'm flying the next afternoon. I'm flying to Miami, Florida, where I'd never been before, to interview with the Miami Herald. And they offered me the job on the spot for $190. And then I really thought I was rich. And I closed my eyes and took it. And I look back on that and think, if I'd gone back home, I might never have left home. And then obviously I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. Break number 2 came 1993. Out of the blue, I get a phone call from an independent producer at ESPN named Joe Valerio, who recently passed away. God rest his soul. I'd done a few sports reporters, if you remember that show on Sunday mornings. Became friends with Dick Schaap, who loved having me on the show, but I'd only done a handful. And Joe said, we're starting a new segment because we're starting a new show called Prime Monday. It's a prelude show on ESPN to Monday Night Football, which then was on ABC. And he said, we want to do kind of what we call a Knights of the Round Table sort of debate. We've never done anything like this, but I want to pair you up with Michael Wilbon of the Washington Post and Mitch Albom from Detroit, who've written a lot of books, wrote for the Free Press in Detroit. And we want to do debates and have you on for twice a show for fairly lengthy segments. Okay, changed my life. So I started flying from Dallas to Bristol every Monday morning. I was doing a radio show in Dallas also. Some of it I have to do in the car on the way to the airport to make the flight to Hartford. And there was a young, what they call PA, a producer's assistant named Mark Shapiro, who got a kick out of me in those segments. They were not unscripted, they were very scripted. You could say what your opinion was, but then you had to actually script it out where Joe would say, okay, you say that, but then Michael, you go next and say that. Mitch, you can say that, and then back to you, Skip. So we were sort of scripted, unscripted debate. It wasn't that they told you what to say, they just told you how little of it you could say and when you could say it. And they worked. And Mark Shapiro would catch me in the hall after the segments and continue the debate with me in the hall. And I thought, who is this kid? Well, this kid fairly quickly ran ESPN, and that kid fairly quickly hired me to do a show called Cold Pizza in 2004 in New York City, which morphed into First Take, which morphed into, for me, Undisputed, and that's why I'm here, right now. I hope you enjoyed that video. You ready for more? Make sure you click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from the Skip Bayless Show. And don't forget to check out the full episode of the show wherever you get your podcasts by clicking the link in the description.